At the Gala of Secrets, the champagne flute shattered against the marble floor, a crystalline scream that silenced the gala's hum. My wife, Elise, stood frozen, her laugh dying mid-breath as her boss, Victor, smirked at me from across the room. His words still hung in the air, sharp as the glass shards at my feet. "What's a glorified errand boy doing at a party like this?" The crowd's polite chuckles stung worse than the insult. Elise's eyes darted to mine, wide with something, guilt, fear. I couldn't tell. Not yet. But the crack in my chest told me something was wrong, something deeper than a cruel jab. The gala was a glittering cage, all chandeliers and black-tie elegance, held in the penthouse of my own company's skyscraper. I'd built this empire from nothing, yet here I was, playing the part of Elise's unremarkable plus one, my ownership a secret known only to the board. Elise had begged me to keep it that way. She said it made her career feel earned. I'd agreed, swallowing my pride because I loved her. But now, watching her avoid my gaze as Victor's hand lingered on her arm, I felt the first tremor of doubt. The room buzzed with corporate small talk, clinking glasses, and the faint scent of overpriced cologne. Elise's laugh, usually my anchor, sounded forced, too high-pitched. She wore a sapphire dress that hugged her curves, the same dress I'd bought her for our 5th anniversary. Victor leaned closer, whispering something that made her cheeks flush. My stomach churned. Was I imagining the intimacy in their glances? The way her fingers brushed his sleeve? I told myself it was nothing. Victor was her mentor, her champion at the firm. But the unease gnawed, a quiet predator in my gut. I moved through the crowd, my smile a mask, fielding questions about my consulting work, a vague lie I'd perfected. "Oh, freelance projects," I said to a curious VP, my eyes flicking to Elise. She was laughing again, but her posture was stiff, her hand clutching her wineglass like a lifeline. I wanted to cross the room, pull her aside, ask why she hadn't defended me when Victor mocked me. But I stayed rooted, paralyzed by a creeping fear. What if I was right to suspect her? The night dragged on, each moment a slow drip of tension. I caught fragments of their conversation. Victor's low, suggestive tone, Elise's hesitant replies. "You're too good for him," he said once, loud enough for me to hear. She didn't respond, just sipped her wine, her lips trembling. My mind raced, replaying every late night at the office, every vague excuse about client dinners. I'd trusted her implicitly, but now those memories felt like puzzle pieces I'd refused to assemble. I excused myself to the balcony, needing air. The city sprawled below, a constellation of lights that mocked my unraveling world. My phone buzzed, a text from my CFO, Karen. "Heard Victor's been cozy with Elise. Watch your back." My breath caught. Karen wasn't one for gossip. She'd only warn me if she'd seen something concrete. I gripped the railing, the cold metal biting my palms. Was this why Elise had been distant lately? The missed dinners, the perfunctory kisses. I wanted to storm back inside, confront her. But what if I was wrong? What if I humiliated her, or myself? Back inside, the gala felt suffocating, the air thick with secrets. I found Elise alone for a moment, adjusting her earring near the dessert table. "Having fun?" I asked, my voice tighter than I intended. She flinched, her smile faltering. "Of course, Ben. It's just work stuff." Her eyes wouldn't meet mine, and her words felt rehearsed, like lines from a script she hadn't mastered. I pressed further, casual but probing. "Victor seems friendly tonight." Her laugh was brittle. "He's just being Victor. You know how he is." But I didn't. Not really. The truth began to surface in fragments, each one a blade. A waiter mentioned seeing Elise and Victor at a hotel bar last month. Purely professional, he assumed. A colleague's offhand comment about their late-night brainstorming sessions. My heart pounded, each revelation a step closer to a truth I wasn't ready to face. I watched them dance, Victor's hand too low on her waist, her body not pulling away. My love for her warred with my anger, a storm of devotion and betrayal tearing me apart. I couldn't take it anymore. I pulled Elise into a quiet corner, my voice low but shaking. "What's going on with you and Victor?" Her face crumpled, and for a moment I saw raw guilt. "Ben, it's not what you think," she whispered, but her voice broke. She reached for my hand, and I let her take it, desperate to believe her. "He's been pushing boundaries." I didn't know how to handle it. My relief was fleeting, replaced by a darker question. Why hadn't she told me? Why hadn't she stopped him? Before I could ask, Victor approached, his grin predatory. "Trouble in paradise," he taunted. Something snapped. I stepped forward, my voice steady despite the rage boiling inside. "You're fired, Victor." The room fell silent, all eyes on us. His smirk vanished. "You can't fire me. You're nobody." I leaned in, my voice ablade. "I'm the owner of this company. And you're done." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Elisa's hand slipped from mine, her face pale with shock and something else. Betrayal. The truth unraveled in the days that followed. Elise confessed, her voice choked with tears. It wasn't an affair, not fully, but it was close enough. Stolen moments, flirtations she hadn't stopped, a line she'd towed but claimed she hadn't crossed. "I was flattered," she sobbed. "I felt trapped. I wanted to forgive her, to rebuild. But every word she spoke felt like another crack in the foundation of our marriage. I'd hidden my power to protect her pride, but in doing so, I'd left room for doubt to fester. The gala's aftermath left me hollow. Victor was gone, his career ruined, but the victory was ashes. Elise moved out, needing space to figure herself out. I stood alone in our penthouse, the city lights mocking me through the windows. I'd built an empire, but I couldn't build trust where it had been shattered. The betrayal wasn't just hers. It was mine too, for ignoring the signs, for loving too blindly. As I poured a whiskey, the glass cold against my trembling fingers, I realized the deepest cut wasn't her flirtation with Victor. It was the moment I saw her choose silence over me, and I knew I'd never look at her the same way again.